Hi everybody, it's AJ back again, the movie owl. Anyway, so this is the second part of my Steelbook collection video. I separated it into two parts to, number one, make it easier for me, and two, make it easier for you, the viewer. As I said in the first part, I like looking at videos of other people's collections because it gives me incentive to watch films I hadn't seen, purchase other films. So for your enjoyment, please indulge me and I'll show you the other half of my Steelbook movie collection. Okay, so first up we have a movie from a TV series, Breaking Bad, El Camino. Yeah, not particularly great Steelbook, nothing written on the spine, just black. Yeah, Breaking Bad, brilliant series. That film was okay, I suppose. Okay, next up I have Doctor Who, the complete 5th season. Matt Smith, Karen Gillan. My favourite Doctor has got to be David Tennant. He was the best. I do have them on Blu-ray, not in Steelbook form. I did have the first series on Steelbook, but sold it to someone in Australia for over £100. Sorry, that was season 6, the second one I showed you. This is the complete 7th season. Then I have the 50th anniversary specials. David Tennant, Matt Smith, two Doctors meet. And then I have Peter Capaldi, the complete 8th season. I did like Peter Capaldi, more so than Matt Smith. And yes, complete 12th season, Jodie Whittaker. I do have all the seasons on Blu-ray in between them. I do like Doctor Who, although I think it's time for it to go again, don't you? Okay, so next up, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Magnificent 7 remake. Nice Steelbook, good film, enjoyable. TV series here for you, Idris Elba, season 1 of Luther. Season 1, 2 and 3 of Luther were very good. Beyond that, not so much. Ryan Reynolds, Life. Jake Gyllenhaal was in that as well, I believe, if I remember rightly. Plays like a prequel to Venom. If you pretend that creature's Venom, it works. Next up, La La Land. Yes, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, great movie. My missus doesn't like it, I like it. Watched it several times. I think the last time I watched it was on a cruise around Norway. Yeah, good film, good film. I have the 4K as well. Kill Bill 1 and 2. Quentin Tarantino, great films, I should say. Uma Thurman, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. In my last video you did see The Next Level. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, see I got his name this time, Karen Gillan, Jack Black, Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro, Joker. Brilliant film. Well deserved all its wins. Megan Fox, Jennifer's Body. Underrated film. Amanda Seyfried, Megan Fox. Yeah. Classic, one of my favourite films of all times. Jaws. Steven Spielberg. What can I say about this film that hasn't been said? Fantastic. I can watch this all the time. I do have a pre-order in for, I do have it on 4K as well, yes. And I do have a pre-orders in for the Steelbooks for 2, 3 and 4 Well, yeah, even though they're not great films. Jaws 2 isn't too bad, but, you know, if that's 100% film, Jaws 2 is like 25%. The others. But Steelbooks, you know. There you go. Okay. Iron Sky, the director's cut. Strange little film. Nazis on the moon, sort of thing. Yeah. They're doing a third one. Done a sequel, and I believe there's a third one in the works. Boy in Striped Pyjamas. Brilliant film. Friendship between two children during the war. Yep. The innocence of war. Yeah, sad ending. There you go. Jeremy Renner, Rachel Weisz, Edward Norton. Bourne Legacy. The non-Matt Damon version. Yeah, so the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum, Bourne Legacy, and then Jason Bourne. I think that should have been called Matt Damon is Stillborn. It didn't go in my title. Next. Great film, great music. Bohemian Rhapsody. I remember watching this one on a cruise as well. That might have been around the Mediterranean, I'm not sure. Battlestar Galactica, The Plan. I do have the entire TV series on Blu-ray. Good series. Barbarella, Queen of the Galaxy. This matches that other film series, them other Blu-rays I had in the previous video. Aeon Flux and oh, I can't remember what it is now. You know what it is. Great steelbook. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. It's got embossing, debossing. I mean, lovely looking steelbook, that one. One from Germany now. I don't think they call them steelbooks, but yes. Pamela Anderson, Barbed Wire. Say what you will. She looked the part. I didn't mind the film. I had fun with it. Yeah, what can I say? A film that was banned for a while, so to speak. I don't believe it ever was really. It was just market employ. The Interview. James Franco, Seth Rogen. Yeah, decent comedy. Animation for you. Hulk versus Thor. Hulk versus Wolverine. It's unfortunate Marvel haven't got their act together when it comes to animated films. DC wins hands down in that ballpark, which brings me to some of these now. Batman and Harley Quinn. Nice steelbook. Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Done a comic series of this as well. This is what it's based upon. It's a good film. Great film, that one. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Fantastic looking steelbook. Superman Red Sun. What if Superman crashed in Russia and was raised by Russian folk? Then I have Batman Hush, based on the comic series. I do have the comic series of that from some time ago. Wonder Woman Bloodlines. Justice League Apocalypse War. Even though these are sealed, I have seen them, just not got around to rewatching them. And one that I recently got, Long Halloween Part 1. I've done an unboxing of this actually. There is a Part 2 on the way in about a month's time. That was very good. Very good film. Sorry, let me just put pen down here and I'll be back. Now, where were I? Oh, we're here. Okay. TV series, when it returned for a while, Heroes Reborn. I've got Heroes on Blu-ray as well. I don't think I ever got to the end of that. WESTWORLD, Season 1. With a debossed map on the cover. And on the back. And WESTWORLD, still sealed, Season 3. Still haven't watched Season 3. I have got Season 2 on Blu-ray. It's not a Steelbook because I preferred the other packaging to the Steelbook. I'm not that anal that I need to have Steelbook and Steelbook next to each other. Yeah, it's what I prefer. So, next up, like the barbed wire release, same sort of a tin box. Hot Tub Time Machine. John Cusack, Rob Corey, Craig Robinson, Clark Duke and Chevy Chase. Yeah, fun film. Sequel, not so much, although I do have it somewhere behind me. The second of the Cornetto trilogy movies. Great film, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. My favourite of the three. Hilarious. There's so many. It's so rewatchable. All three of them are. They're great films. Spaced, the TV series that came before. Well worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, see it. If you like them, watch Spaced. Steven Spielberg, Hook, Robin Williams. Superb film. I love this film. I think it's got a fantastic score. Childhood favourite. Beautiful steelbook. One of my favourite steelbooks. That I do have the film on 4K as well. I've still yet to watch it. I might watch it this weekend. Next up, Quentin Tarantino again. Hateful Eight. Again, I really enjoyed this film. I like most Quentin Tarantino films. Hangover trilogy, 1, 2 and 3. I think I got this steelbook in the Isle of Wight for £10 in CEX. Yes, I remember last year. Replaced my Amaray. Already shown you one, haven't I? I said I had two. That's because I picked it up in Poundland. Forgot I picked it up. Picked up another one. Next up, Alien vs Predator 1. Bit of embossing on the box. Still sealed. Same with Alien vs Predator Requiem. Alice Through the Looking Glass. Alice in Wonderland, Part 2, Johnny Depp. Not as good as the first. From director of Independence Day and Day After Tomorrow, 10,000 BC. I remember seeing this when it first came out. I don't think I've watched it since. Ironically, next to that, 2012. John Cusack, End of the World. It Never Happened. Film's pretty much out of date now. Now I don't know if this doesn't class as a steelbook, but it's in there. It's the Mad Max collection in a steel can looking thing. DVD inside is the Amaray released 3 films. I like Mad Max. Second one, brilliant. The first one's good. The end of the third one is great when it becomes a Mad Max film. Yeah, I just thought I would bung that one in. Next pile. Let me just put these down. Out of my way. Okay. Rambo. Last Blood. Saw this in the Isle of Wight in the cinema. I was away for a week. Me and the missus went to see it, as well as It Chapter 2 on another day. It was raining. So, yeah, I enjoyed the film. Is it a Rambo film or just Sylvester Stallone action film? I don't know, but I enjoyed it. I went for the foreign version because it's got the opening scene that was edited out of the British version. Next up, again, foreign, Germany, Predator Upgrade. Now, that's the Predator. The German title, or the title over there was Predator Upgrade, but if you look on the side of the Steelbook, it's simply the Predator. Yeah, it's a crap film, right? I love Predator. Predator 2, one of my favourite films. Predator 2 I have a lot of fun with. Predators I enjoyed. This film, it doesn't bore me. I can watch it. I can watch the film. It doesn't bore me, but I sit there and I do know how rubbish of a film this is. But yeah, I can sit and enjoy it. It's an odd one. It's a dilemma. It's a conundrum. I don't know. But yes, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. It's crap, but it doesn't bore me. That's all I can say. Another film that shocked me, Power Rangers. I've never seen the TV series. It was later than my time as a child. But I watched this film and I was surprised at how good it was. And I came away wishing they'd done a sequel, which obviously they never did. Aside from the Krispy Kreme promoting within the film, it was a pretty good film. Now, again, second one of them, I think I told you, picked up two of them from Poundland. Yes. Piranha. This is the remake, first one. Nice steelbook, embossing, Kelly Brook on the cover. What's not to like? Yeah, it's great steelbook. Jennifer Garner, Elektra. Alias. I have Alias on DVD somewhere in a box. Yeah, Jennifer Garner. Mrs. Affleck for a while. Good film. This is obviously from France or something. I think it's a French version. Steelbook. Nice. Chris Pratt. Jennifer Lawrence. That's her name, isn't it? Yeah. Passengers. It was alright. Is that a dent? Oh, there. I've got a slight dent in that one. Not good, not good. Great foreign film, Parasite. If you've not seen it, it's worth seeing. Yeah. I don't mind foreign films. Subtitles don't bother me in the least. Next up, we have Pacific Rim. Kaiju. Giant robots fighting kaiju. Giant monsters from director Guillermo del Toro. It's okay. Yeah. Next up we have for you Hacksaw Ridge. Andrew Garfield, directed by Mel Gibson. Fantastic film. I have a lot of fun with this. I say fun. I have a lot of enjoyment watching this film. It is Vince Vaughn is in it, playing against type as a sergeant, or his training sergeant, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, it's a really good film. Well worth watching. Based on true story. Can't recommend that enough. John Cusack, Dan Aykroyd, Gross Point Blank, Minnie Driver, Alan Arkin. It's in the same style as Grease steelbook, like Locker. Some embossing. Fantastic film. I remember seeing that at the cinema. Yes, brilliant. Grindhouse, Planet Terror, and Death Proof. Steelbook. Nice steelbook. Yeah, great. I enjoy that. Planet Terror I enjoy more than Death Proof. Which one do you like best? Okay, next up, a film that wasn't received very well. Josh Rogan. Green Hornet. I like the steelbook. I didn't mind the film. I've not really rewatched it, but a lot of embossing on that. I think that's a really nice steelbook. I do like that one. Oh my god, here we go. I got this from Poundland as well. Bruce Willis, Whatever Happened to You? Jai Courtney, whatever you want to say his name is. You got Die Hard, classic. Again, that would be in my top 10 films, along with Predator, along with Jaws. And this film was just dreadful. The trailer is really good. Because of the nostalgia feel for the trailer, because it uses classic, I forget the name of the music, but yes, it's yeah, I don't know, can't say nothing about that. Shockingly bad film. I used to think Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard 4.0 was bad, till I watched that, and I can watch Die Hard 4 now and think actually that's a pretty damn good film. But yes, next up, Brad Pitt, Fury. Shia LaBeouf, however you want to pronounce his name. Yeah, this was a film where he wouldn't wash or brush his teeth and crap like that. Good film, yeah. Next. Oh my god, how many more are there? This is never ending. It is never ending. Oh, I might have to do this in 3 parts. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, next up, the last part of the Cornetto trilogy, The World's End. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Great film. Shows how they've matured. It's about growing up and not letting go anyway. Yeah, aliens invading, these robotic alien things. A lot of fun. Great film. Cornetto trilogy is brilliant. Again, spaced. Watch it. Steven Spielberg, Warhorse. Loose disc in that. Brilliant film. Again. Yeah, fantastic. Angelina Jolie, James McAvoy, Morgan Freeman. Wanted. Curving Bullets. Mila Jovovich, Ultraviolet. I remember enjoying this film at the time. I expect if I watched it back now, it would be a load of rubbish. Transformers, Age of Extinction. Now this is apparently limited to 2,000 copies. Yeah. I enjoy the Transformer films to a varying degree. I was at that age as a child with the films. Case in point, next one up. Transformers, the movie, the animated film. You've got the touch. You got the power. Fantastic. They're doing 4K of this, aren't they? Yes. Next up, Alexandra Vanakatakov. Is that her name? Is that how you pronounce it? No, it's Alicia Vikander. Oh dear. Edit that bit. Tomb Raider. I enjoyed this. Hope they do a sequel soon. Another one I got from Poundland. For £2. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I couldn't get through it. Found it to be boring. Okay. Terminator 2. Judgment Day. Nice steelbook. T800 in the Flames. Great film. Terminator Salvation. Not so great a film. See, I kind of skip films with these. Dark Fate. I enjoyed it when I first watched it. I had struggled the second time around. Nice steelbook though. Yes. Terminator. It's a shame what's happened with that series. Why they can't. It's just lost it, hasn't it? The TV series is pretty good. The first part of the Cornetto trilogy. I don't like these side cases, but Shaun of the Dead. Come on, everyone's seen that. Fantastic. Simon Pegg. The Hurlant Metal Chronicles, or whatever it's called. This is a German release. Schwermetall Chronicles. It's like a TV series. There was a season 1 and 2 of it. It is in English. It's just a German release, hence that there. Kelly Brook was in an episode, and you had several actors. You got a guy who was in Stargate Atlantis, Michael J. White. Is that Rutger Hauer? That looks like Rutger Hauer to me. At the end, yeah. Nice steelbook. There you go. Steven Spielberg again. Fantastic looking steelbook. Fantastic film. Tom Hanks, Matt Damon, Saving Private Ryan. Vin Diesel's got a small part in it before he became big. Classic Disney film, classic comic character, great movie. The Rocketeer. Fantastic looking steelbook. Beautiful. Some embossing on it. This would deserve a 4K release. Brilliant film. Next up, remake of a brilliant film, RoboCop. Great cast. Michael Keaton, Gary Oldman, Samuel Jackson. I enjoyed the film when I first watched it. I found it interesting that they sort of turned the story around on itself, in that he had his memories, lost his memories, and yeah, it was, but yes, no rewatch value in it. Jennifer Lawrence, next up, Red Sparrow. I enjoyed this film. Black Widow. Yeah. There you go. TV series for you. Now, I do have all these on Blu-ray, in complete series. Smoke Me a Kipper, Smeghead, Red Dwarf. Classic. Love them. Love Red Dwarf. Grew up with them. Can watch them now. Fantastic films. Next up is a film called Nurse. 3D. Bit of a raunchy cover there. Basically, she's a nurse who murders. Yeah. She was in Boardwalk Empire. Great series. Yeah, it's didn't mind the film. Now, I don't really like this steelbook. Good film, but I don't like the art on it. Mystery Men. Just doesn't sit right with me. But fantastic movie. Before its time. Another fantastic movie that I really enjoyed and look forward to the sequel. Murder on the Orient Express. Kenneth Branagh. Hercule Poirot. Fantastic looking steelbook as well. Love the design of that. Painting, very nice. This film I enjoyed, but I thought it would be better than what it was. The Meg. Jason Statham. Giant shark. I've read 3 of the books. I hope they do a sequel. They're meant to be, but it's all gone quiet on that front. But yeah, it's an enjoyable enough film, but could have been a lot better. Okay, John Krasinski's wife, Emily Blunt. Mary Poppins Returns 4K steelbook. Beautiful looking steelbook. Lovely art. What can I say to that? Film. Yeah. Another steelbook that I really like. Mars Attacks. Great film. Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito. Story ain't that great, but the film itself is enjoyable. With those little aliens. Yeah, embossing on it. Across the top. And it's got that sort of a border, embossed border type thing. Fantastic looking steelbook. That'd be up there as one of my favourites, definitely. Another fantastic film from my childhood. It's ironic I use the word fantastic. You'll see why. But yeah, Flash Gordon. This looks beautiful in 4K. I know it's sealed, but I do have this, and I do have the thick 4K release that came out with all the bump in it, like 5-disc version. Like couldn't decide what I wanted, so I got both. But this is stunning in 4K. Like I said, fantastic. Fantastic for the remake. We all know what happened with that. Ex Machina. That's a very nice steelbook as well. Yeah. Embossing. Simplistic, but nice. Yeah, there we go. Emily Blunt again. Tom Cruise. Edge of Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat. Whatever you want to call it. Was a good film. I do struggle with films where the day repeats. I find them quite difficult to get through, but because it feels like the story's going nowhere. But this was quite an enjoyable, good sci-fi film. Next up, from Germany, I Come in Peace was one of the titles. Dolph Lundgren, Dark Angel, with a lenticular type cover. Yeah, it's got one of them sort of boxes where it's not quite a steelbook, but yeah, good film. I Come in Peace and You Leave in Pieces. Yeah, if you've not seen that, it's worth watching. I grew up with that sort of film. Chappie. Neil Blomkamp. I didn't mind this. Shame he didn't get to do his Alien film. That's all I can say. There you go. We don't get it all, do we? So that's that little lot. Next. Now I'm going to step into Liam Neeson territory for one disc. Taken. It's about a guy whose daughter gets kidnapped and he's got a special set of skills and utilises them like he does in all his movies. Suicide Squad. Another film I grew up with, and Todd McFarlane, based on Todd McFarlane comic book from Germany, or is it German? I don't know. It's from, yeah, it looks like a German release. Spawn. I remember this coming out. I remember seeing it. Some of the CGI is dodgy. I used to read the comic book. I was there when the comic book first came out. It was the second ever comic from Image. The first being Youngblood. Then Todd McFarlane released Spawn. I read it for quite a while. Yeah, can I recommend the film? By today's standards, it's pretty rubbish, but, you know. Now, I did have one of these before. This is another German steelbook release of Solo, with the Millennium Falcon on the box. Yeah. Empire Strikes Back. I do have all the Star Wars films in 4K. Someone was selling this on eBay. I got it for about £5 because it was devoid of any discs. But for a £5, I thought, okay, I'll buy the steelbook itself because I like steelbooks. Yeah. Next up, German release again. Starship Troopers, Traitors of Mars, animated movie. Still yet to watch it. There you go. Another James Bond. Great James Bond film. Daniel Craig, Skyfall. Steelbook. I'm going to spoil this film for you because he's dead at the end. Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis. Haley Joel Osment. If you haven't seen this, then it's your fault. It's a good film. I don't really know how it holds up. I ain't seen it for a long time. Yes. Now for a TV series. Benedict Cumberbatch, Martin Freeman. Sherlock. Season 1. Sherlock. Season 2. Look how young he looks. Sherlock. Season 3. Sherlock, The Abominable Bride. 2-disc set. And frustratingly, Sherlock Series 4. frustratingly, because they all match. Got nice designs, and then you get that, which I'm not saying is a bad steelbook. It's not. It's just a shame it didn't match the others. Still, like I said, can't have everything. Okay, let's do some specials now. Okay, first up, It Chapter 1 and 2. Nice metallic box on the outside, and nice smooth, soft protection in there. And then you got chapters 1 and 2 there. Unfortunately, when they go in, there's nothing to separate the two discs, so they do rub in and out. Yeah, but good films, enjoyed them. Next up, sorry, reaching over, the Hobbit trilogy. Yes, the Hobbit trilogy. We have the Desolation. No, sorry, the Unexpected Journey. Getting ahead of myself, aren't I? The Desolation of Smaug. The Battle of the Five Armies. All encased in a lovely outer steelbook. Theatrical and extended cuts on 4K. Which then brings us to The Lord of the Rings. Great film series, great trilogy. Hobbit trilogy, not so much. So, again, we have a fantastic looking outer box. Fellowship of the Ring. Now, I do remember going to see this. I didn't see it straight away when it first came out. It took me a couple of weeks because I'm not really into wizards and all that sort of stuff. That's the Two Towers. My collection of Blu-rays and that are devoid of the Harry Potter films because I don't like them. But when I went to see The Fellowship of the Ring, I was blown away. Fantastic film. About the Return of the King. Fantastic set. Glad I have those. Even The Hobbit. Yeah. Okay, next up I have Godzilla. Now this release came with the Amaray, but I swapped out the Amaray for the 4K steelbook. I bought that set and this. I sold the Amaray 4K from that at full price, and took that and put that in. Yeah, nice. Then I have Godzilla King of the Monsters 4K. I do have Skull Island and Godzilla vs Kong on 4K, not in steelbook. I didn't like the steelbook for Kong vs Godzilla. It just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, I don't really like the art on it, so I preferred the Amaray box. But yes, Godzilla vs Kong. Okay, Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, 12 Monkeys. Whoops, dropped the booklet. So, bit of an odd steelbook, not the greatest. Shame it weren't 4K or anything. Here's from Arrow, so it has got a poster, it has got an outer thingy, and it does come with a booklet inside. Yeah, it's a great film. Terry Gilliam. Yeah. Next up, Wesley Snipes, Marvel 4K Blade with a slip cover, slip box, cardboard slip. Blade 1 and 2, great films. Yeah. Looks lovely on 4K as well. Nice spot gloss on the outer. Then, it's 106 Miles to Chicago We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. The Blues Brothers. Classic film. Great music. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, sorry. Jim Belushi's brother, K9. Fantastic movie. Soundtrack, fantastic. Just a lot of fun, that film. A lot of fun. Okay. I've just got to go outside for a sec. Oh dear. Oh, don't worry. We're getting there. Okay. So, I'm coming on to my Marvel Steelbooks now. And in no particular order, because they're a bit jumbled up here. First off, have Ant-Man and the Wasp, 4K. Great film. I love all the Marvel films. Been a comic collector. Marvel, when Marvel came about, it was, you know, back in the day, 30 years ago, I could only dream of what we're getting now. Next up, 4K Spider-Man Homecoming with lenticular. Not a particularly good lenticular, but yeah. Then Ant-Man 1. Yeah, nice box. And Ant-Man again in 4K. Why have I got two? Because I can. Okay, next up is 4K version of Venom. Quite an enjoyable film. Looking forward to the sequel. And then we have The Incredible Hulk. The forgotten MCU movie. One that Marvel would have you forget. Although with the Abomination coming in Shang-Chi, might have a bit of a resurgence on that film. Next we have a Mondo Steelbook. I've not opened it yet. 4K Black Panther. Nice box. Mondo Steelbooks are always nice. And then we have Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, I've got another 4K version of this. This is standard. I got this for £4 about 6 weeks ago in CEX, and last week I saw it for £18. It's got a bit of scratching on it, but for £4 I wasn't going to turn it down. Then I've got, yes, Infinity War. Fantastic Avenger film. Stepping into TV territory for a minute. Agent Carter, complete first season. Yep, and Agent Carter, season 2. Shame this got cancelled. Love to have seen more of this character. Hayley Atwell embodied that character totally. Then I have a Blu-ray Steelbook that contains Venom, Spider-Man Homecoming, Into the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, let me have a quick look. The back of that, and within we have films like that on Blu-ray. Even though I've got them again, I got it like that because I loved the Steelbook, and that's what we collectors do. Next up, Dolph Lundgren, The Guilty Will Be Punished. Punisher. Although it always gets me that on here, this logo for the Punisher is actually from the 2004 Thomas Jane movie. That's what they designed for that. Which brings me to the Punisher, Thomas Jane. I've got these on Amaray from Germany because the films actually, for this from Germany, you get the what do they call it? It's like it's an earlier cut of the film before it was dolled up, ready to go out. And on this Punisher from Germany, you get an extended cut, and I don't mean an extended cut where it's got the animated opening sequence. This has got all the stuff with his mate, the black fella, the copper, who was his friend, inserted back into the film, which surprised me. I didn't know. Anyway, moving on. Another Mondo Steelbook, Doctor Strange. Fantastic looking Steelbook. Obviously, slip cover. It's got its own slip with printed art. And another 4K Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch. And, believe it or not, another Steelbook of Doctor Strange. Don't ask me why. I love this one. Great looking design. Time stone in there in the eye of Agamotto. Civil War. Great Marvel film. Love Captain America. My favourite character in the MCU. Yes. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy on 4K. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Mondo Steelbook 4K. Yep. I'm a big Marvel fan. Then Iron Man 3. Steelbook. Blu-ray. 4K. Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Probably my favourite MCU movie. Then another Iron Man 3, which I got really cheap. Steelbook, different Steelbook. And another Mondo, The Avengers. I had to import this one from Germany because we never got this one, this Mondo Steelbook released in this country. Lightly something to do with the name. Over here, obviously, Avengers was retitled Avengers Assemble, and this is made as the Avengers, or Avengers. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with the fact we never saw this released through Savvy. Then we have the Mondo Steelbook for Iron Man. Nice Steelbook. And the Mondo Steelbook for Thor. Again, nice Steelbook. And my favourite Mondo Marvel Steelbook for my favourite character, Captain America, the First Avenger. That's fantastic looking Steelbook. Lovely design. I do like that a lot. Don't worry, we're nearly at the video's end. There's a small amount more that I want to show. So first up, I have a Spider-Man Far From Home release like this, which lights up. Yeah, and within we do get the Steelbook, so I'm including it as a Steelbook. Far From Home, lovely looking Steelbook. Also a little case looking thing, which when opened, if I can open it, and it don't want to open for me. Blimey. We get, I won't get them all out, but we get a load of art cards in there and 6 different badges. So that is, yes, that's Spider-Man Far From Home. So next up I have the Captain Marvel one, which again, I don't know if you can really see that, I'll turn it off. It lights up, not really dark enough, but lights up on the hands and all round. Yeah, again, Steelbook in that. Now, this isn't the Steelbook that came with this. I sold the Steelbook that came with it. That's the Steelbook I have inside, the lenticular one. The Steelbook that came with this is the one where it's the set of hanger doors and she stood there between, which I don't particularly like. Much prefer this cover. Not the greatest of Marvel films. It's a bit flat, really, to be honest. A bit. So in there we get some nice art cards with like sort of metallic gold around it, and 3 badges. One that I just dropped. I'm going to wear them badges tomorrow. Not. So yes, lenticular 4K Captain Marvel. I sold the other one and bought that one instead to put in there. And the last one of these, whoops, Avengers Endgame, which again does light up, as you can see. If you can see that, yeah, it lights. Yeah, anyway, it lights up. You get a box with it. Inside, again, I've changed out the disc for a one with a lenticular. And put that back in there. And the box, in the box you get, again, 4 badges and art cards. Great set. Glad I've got them. And this is truly the last part. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more titles to show you. Okay, first up is another Wonder Woman. Another Wonder Woman title from Titans of Cult. So with this you do get a badge of the thingy, and that's the steelbook within. Lovely looking steelbook, and a poster in there. Yeah, I like the Titans of Cult releases. I do have all of them, with the exception of Blade Runner. Next up, saw the release of Mad Max Fury Road. I'll get that one out for you. Again, my steelbook, embossing, Nux, 3 discs, 4K, Blu-ray and black and chrome edition. And you've got like a mini steelbook with it, which inside had another badge. All these badges. I like these sets, but I'm really not a badge person. So yeah, that's Mad Max Fury Road. Then Titans of Cult gave us Ready Player One, which is fantastic in 4K. Didn't like the film much when I first watched it. On second viewing, I loved it. That's the steelbook. Nice design. Yep. Again, do get a poster inside. I won't open it, but the poster is basically that design. And you get a badge of the key. Yes. I do have on pre-order the Titans of Cult Space Jam, which is due this Monday. I'll do an opening for that when it comes. Next up is 2001 A Space Odyssey with a little badge, and this time around a patch to sew on. Yeah, right. That's the box. What that is. See that? I don't know what that is. Looks like a scratch, but it's actually coming up as it's raised. Anyway, so that was that one. Sorry, I'm aware of my time, and this is dragging on, and I apologise for that. So 4 more. Next up, Goodfellas. You open that one. Show you the steelbook inside, and again we get a badge there, as you can see, and we get this here envelope, which contains Mama Scorsese's meat sauce and meatball recipe. No, I've not made it. So that there is the Goodfellas steelbook. Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci. It's a good film. A good film. Just putting that back. Next up, great film, V for Vendetta. Great steelbook. I don't know why they've done a J card on the outside of this one, which they didn't do on the others. Anyway, I'll take that off. show you the interior. So first off, we get a mini steelbook again with FIFA Vendetta alongside, and inside another little badge. What are all these badges? Then we get a slipcase for this one with the rose on it. Comes out Natalie Portman, and on the back, me. Lovely set. That's the interior. Obviously, these are all 4K versions. I have two more, and then I shall bid you adieu. Let me get to them. Next up, Pacific Rim 4K. Yes, I know how to Pacific Rim Steelbook. This one I do like a lot. Another badge. What is it with badges? But that's the design of the box, front and back. But that is all embossed, all the lines. Feels fantastic. Fantastic looking steelbook. Yeah, and poster inside, and that's the interior. Okay, now we're going to get to my very final steelbook, I think. Probably got some others kicking around somewhere, but I believe this is the last one. Titans of Cult, Batman. Tim Burton, Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Batman film. And I've got the badge, which is black, so I can see it. The badge this time round is like a little batarang. If you can see that. Yeah. Nice little badge. That's the front with the Batmobile. Spot gloss, nice. And the back, your Batmobile. And you get 2 foot discs and a Joker card with a bullet hole going right through it. Nice. So that does it for my steelbooks. Hopefully I've inspired you. If there's any that you like there, I always, like I said, I like looking at other people's collections, see if there's something I like, inspires me to pick something up. I'm going to be creating a lot of content for this channel. I will go through at some point my whole collection. That's only part of what you can see. There's a lot more. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, let's get into a chat, leave a thumbs up. Yeah, let's create a community, talk about films. Yeah, any ideas for videos, let me know. And any films you would like me to watch and review, let me know. And hopefully I will see you all soon. Good night, take care of yourselves, see you later, keep safe.